Hello from Austin. We're here in Texas. In about a few minutes, we'll be bringing you the Motogp race. The weather is great and the temperature is perfect for racing, so we're just waiting to find out which riders have opted for hard tyres and which riders have opted for soft. We are moving to the starting grid, while the cameras are showing us the riders concentrating before the start of the race.
Hello and welcome to another video, and today, as you can see, we are here for another episode of the Crutchlow Championship, the 2019 mod, and we are here for round 3 at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Now this is a particularly weak track for the AI, so it should be, I don't know, we should be able to get through to the front, have a good battle at the front hopefully. So it should be a pretty good race. It is a fairly difficult track though, so it's easy to make mistakes at. Also at the hairpin. Well, maybe it's probably not. I probably would call it a hairpin, but at the end of the long straight, it's really easy to lose the front. So there's that as well. Sometimes when you hit the brakes, the bike will just weave over in the other direction, which is very strange. But it's definitely give the AI a bit of an advantage, so that should make the video a little bit better. But as we can see, Crutchlow is trying to make the move on Carl Abraham up the inside. Can he do it? I don't think he can. I think he's going to get the move done. So hopefully the next episode should have updated performance based off of the Sepang test and a bit of like what we've seen from those riders in the past. But you never know. We may record the next episode before that's all sort of finished. Sit down towards the hairpin. Calgarians are making up many positions now, so hopefully we'll see Takaki Nakagami maybe a little bit further at the front. Hopefully able to bring some points for LCR as well once this update has come into fruition. I believe Jean Mir is pretty strong at this track, so probably expect to see him at the front. Obviously Mark as well as always, Mark Dovey and Rossi Vinales as well as always. I think Jack Miller has also got a pretty high start at this track from what I remember, so I expect to see him at the front. We're going past loads of people on the straight now, it's past Hafi Siren in the background there. But yeah, obviously the first two episodes have been pretty good. Last episode probably not so much because we did get to the front at like the end of the second lap. But I have turned the race distance down for this race because if I did 35%, it'd be a 6-lap race and it'd be a complete, it'd be a bore fest because I'll definitely win. There's no way you would lose to Austin with 6 laps. So I don't know. I turned it down to 4, so it should be a bit more interesting. And I think I'm probably going to keep that for Jerez as well because otherwise it's too long.
Race officials are waving the green flag. The riders gather their final thoughts and get ready to race another US Grand Prix here at Austin.
Yes, so we are getting ready. We've got the clutch in. We're waiting for the lights to come on. We've actually remembered to turn the assistive start off this time. Lights on, where we go. Not the best start off the line there. Carl Abraham's getting a bit ahead. In fact, he's past Takaki Nakagami and Oliveira's falling through the field now. We're going to the outside line up towards turn 1. There's a little screen freeze. Around the outside we go of lots of riders here. It's Paulo Spagro, past Paulo Spagro, and Jorge Lorenzo's quite far down the order, past Iannone as well. We're behind Alex Rins at the 11th now, round the outside of Rins, round the outside of Vinales, round the outside of Pecco as well. On the inside of Pecco now. Now behind the Doctor Valentino Rossi. Oh, better contact to Rossi, went a bit slower than we thought, and now he's moved back over on our line, so it's a bit of miscommunication there. But Patrici's gone to the inside, Patrici's trying to retake the position of us. We're still behind Valentino Rossi now. Patrici's trying to go to the inside, we've gone for the dive on Rossi, so we're up to 5th position now. It's been an amazing start. As I said, look, Jack Miller and Jean Mir up the front with Andrea Dovizioso and Marc Marquez as well. So down the straight, well down the hill, through this quick flick. Right behind Jean Mir now, past Marquez. We're going to have an attack onto Dovey. Marquez going around the outside, he's turning in. And Marquez lost it a little bit, it's down! Marquez is down! Rossi's back up the inside. So that'll be an overtake on the yellow flag, probably not because he just crashed right in front of him. So he wouldn't be able to claim that, but Rossi's got in front now. But we're going to have a look at a replay cam of that incident there. So we're on the inside. Mark just starts to turn in on us and then he touches us, he loses it, and then down he goes. You can watch from on board Mark now as well. So you can see us, he's hit us there, he's lost it already, and then now down he's gone. And we're probably going to look at it in slow-mo. Yeah, here we are. Going, he just turns in, bit of contact there, and that's it. The rear's come. The rear's gone again, and there you go. Down he goes. And Jean-Mir, very lucky to not get collected in that. Rossi trying to capitalise at the inside as well there at that point. But Marquez goes tumbling, so this will be the first Austrian Grand Prix. He probably won't win, but we're behind Valentino Rossi now in fifth position. Trying to get past him. Around the outside, there's Jean-Mir just ahead. We're going past Jean-Mir now, hitting the brakes. The bike's kicked out there. We've had to let off the brakes and just go flying into the corner there, completely out of circuit. You saw that the bike absolutely kicked out on the brakes there. Slowing down to let all those four riders go back through so that we've not gained any advantage, so we can carry on now. But Jean-Mir is trying to attack Jacques Miller. Trying to attack Jacques Miller up ahead. And I think Vinales trying to go to the inside. Vinales at the inside, but we've sort of stopped that a little bit. Rossi's gone very wide, so now we're going to get the run on Rossi. So we're up to fourth position. Will Rossi be able to attack us? No, I think we've got the move done on him. So now Jacques Miller is the next target up ahead. Then Jean-Mir and then Andrea Dovizioso, our title rival. Obviously, I think he's still in second position. Obviously, didn't quite have such... Well, in fact, he had a pretty good race, both of them. We ran wide, that's the last corner. We ran so wide. And that's going to allow Jean-Mir and Jacques Miller to keep the positions there. We're trying to get the slipstream of Miller. Going up the straight. He's going to go uphill in the second towards turn one. Get the slipstream on Mir. Oh, we've hit the curb on the brakes. That was lucky to not be a crash that we had to sort of sit the bike up. It was very weird. Entrance to the corner, but we're going round outside of Jacques Miller through turn one, so up into third position now, right outside of Jean-Mir through turn two, can we? Oh, and Andrea Dovizioso, I think, as well, so up into first position now. We're on a bit of a dodgy line. Oh, Dovizioso hits us out of the way there. We've gone on the curb, flicking it back over. A bit of contact with Dovi because he stopped on the curb there, so we got up into second position. Mir's trying to get on the inside. Right behind Dovi, round the outside of Dovi we go. Up into first place. Will Dovi build? Oh, a bit more contact with Dovi. Dovi's not giving up the position here. We are up into first on turn 8 of lap 2. So we finally got the lead of the race. Morbidelli past the siren a bit further down. Using up all the road we can. Hitting the brakes for obviously the corner where me and Marquez had the collision. Marquez now overtakes Aleix Espargaro. Hopefully there wasn't contact there. We remember what happened last time those two were battling. And now he's past siren. Marquez is cutting his way through the order. We've got a 1.1 second lead over Dovizioso already. It just shows you how weak the AI are at this track, and that kind of first sector is a bit messy with Dovi there. We break into the hairpin, the bike doesn't kick out this time, so it's all good. But yeah, Dovi kind of forced us wide onto the curb, and then he kind of broke on the second apex, so then we hit him there, and then he kind of dived up our inside, so there's about 3 pieces of contact with Dovi there, so it's pretty interesting. But Dovi and Mir are battling now in the background, so it's definitely going to help us get away. In fact, Mir takes second position away from Dovizioso. Look, we've got a 1.5 second lead as well, so they're definitely costing each other some time through turn 18. It's a very difficult corner, turn 17, 18. It's a very long corner. And Dovi's gone back at Mir again, though, with that Ducati. Oh, and Mir's gone back again, so they're having an absolute scrap now. Bumping over the curbs, braking for the last corner. Rossi passes Danilo Petrucci, so he's moved back up to 6th position. So he must have lost a bit of time after we passed him. And Petrucci goes back through again, so we're still leading the race. Dovi second, Mir third, Vinales fourth, Miller fifth, Petrucci sixth, Rossi seventh, Rins eighth, Zarco ninth, and Lorenzo down in 10th place. We ran pretty wide into turn one there. Out of turn one with power though. Dovi once again go past Jean-Mir. Jean-Mir back past Dovi again, so they're having an absolute scrap of a battle there. Scrap of a battle, I don't know what that really means, it doesn't make sense. But Siren and Morbidelli also battling. Look, it's through turn 5 now. Second gear, staying in second for turn 6. And holding second gear about 90 mile an hour now, so 32.1 to that first sector. We're now 2.9 seconds in front of Jean-Mir. Turn 8. Flick it back over left through turn 9. Marquez now up to 13th place, so he could make a pretty decent comeback. He could get some decent points. He's battling with Tito Rabat there, the two Moto2 champions battling together. Hitting the brakes for turn 11. Firing it out, turn 11 up. Oh, bit of a screen freeze there, bit of a wheelie. Down the straight. 1 minute point 4, pretty good sector time there. So what is the gap going to be now? So it's 3.3 I think that said, but it went away very quickly. Aleix Espargaro battling, and Lorenzo now takes 9th position, but the bike moved again, you saw that there. So the bike really wanted to kick out on this straight, but luckily we didn't have to go straight on this time. There was no AI in front of us, so we could just slow it down in a controlled manner. Through turn 13, use a lot of first and second gear at this track. In fact, Zarco and Lorenzo up to 7th now. Massive screen freezes here as we go into turn 15. So I think in a minute we're going to have a look why that screen freeze occurred and why Lorenzo and Zarco taking some position. So we're going to have a look at Vinales here. Vinales caught, this is earlier on in the same lap, and you can see these two are battling, and I was talking about that. And Vinales is trying to capitalise here. He's caught them as they're battling, and now he's capitalised on Dovi, and he's got past Dovi. So now Jean-Mir is his next target through the S's. See, Dovi is probably struggling a little bit on the Ducati through those kind of sections. And you can see we're on board with Dovi now at the end of the long straight. You can see Vinales trying to make the move on Mir, but Dovi loses the front, and down Dovi goes there. So that was the cause of the screen freeze, and that is why Zarco and Lorenzo got a few more positions. And this is the kind of the Vinales move on Mir there. So we'll cut back to the action now. So our championship rival has crashed out. Vinales 4.4 behind, and Valentino Rossi now up to 4th place. He's past Jack Miller. I keep saying Jacques. I don't know why. I think it's because I keep saying Jean-Mir, so then I keep trying to roll the J with Jack Miller as well. And it's not how you say it. Hitting the brakes under the Kenwood sign through turn 20. I think this is the only track with 20 corners. It's got a lot of corners, this one. So 59.3 there on lap 3 of 4. We're on the final lap now. Under the Red Bull sign, we do the fastest lap of the race. So Vinales 2nd, Mir 3rd, Rossi 4th, Miller 5th, Lorenzo 6th, Zarco 7th, Petrucci 8th. We're around very wide for turn 1 there. And you see Marquez and Dovizioso were battling, and I saw that pop up. And I knew that Zarco, not Zarco, I knew that Dovi must have crashed if he was battling with Marquez. And Zarco now battling with the Rins as well, I believe. All through turn 5, that was a bad line. Get through turn 6 as well. And I saw that Vinales had taken the position. I thought that Mir and Dovi crashed initially, and that had allowed Zarco. Like, I couldn't believe that Vinales had actually caught the two of them up, because he was quite far back. He was behind Rossi, who was like off the back of the group a little bit. So I was quite surprised that he managed to pass all of those riders, but he actually managed to pass them all on track. If you saw that there, I thought that Mir and Dovizioso had crashed a little bit. Another screen freeze coming out that hairpin. So very interesting stuff there. Another one. 1 minute 0.7, so we're about 4/10 off the last lap, and the times that have been coming up, we've got such a lead now. Austin is a very weak circuit for the AI, it's hitting the brakes once again at the end of the straight. Aleix Spagro passes Franco Morbidelli, and Siren also passes Morbidelli, so Morbidelli being shifted back through the pack. Flicking the bike over right, hitting the brakes. Through turn 13, ran a little bit wide there. Through turn 14. Through turn 15 now. So now you can see 32.9 for that sector. With still the times are not coming up, so it's definitely going to be a dominant win. So Miller is now having to fend for Lorenzo. So Lorenzo jumps up to 5th position there, and Oliveira nabs Quartararo's 17th position, 16th position, sorry, and relegates Fabio Quartararo to 17th. But into the last corner we've come now. Cal Crutchlow is going to win the Circuit of America's Austin GP. Over the line we go. So another win, so that's 3 from 3, so we're dominating this championship right now. But here's a sort of a look at the sequence, the race winning sequence of corners really. So we got up the inside of both of them. Dovi hit us there, put us on a bit of a funny line. Dovi goes very slow, so we have a bit of contact with Dovi again. We're past Mir at this point. Mir's trying to get back up the inside again. So we're trying to close it to Dovi as much as we can. Flick it to the inside, really late on the brakes, past Dovi. Dovi once again has more contact with us. So luckily he managed to stay on through that. Obviously did fall off later. And this is Jean-Mir and Vinales' battle on the last lap. Mir cuts up the inside of Vinales, takes the position back of him. So this is the battle for 2nd position. Vinales trying to get up the inside here. You can see he's desperate to get past. Obviously he doesn't want to lose to his former team. Up the inside goes Vinales. Can he force Mir wide? In fact he has. He's up the inside. He's got the drive. Will he get the position? He probably will. He's through now. But can Mir do anything to the penultimate turn? Up the inside, Mir goes, trying to push Vinales wide. He's not quite done it, but Vinales has got the drive towards the last corner, but Mir's late on the brakes. Up the inside to the last turn, Mir's used all the curb as well. He's taken the position, so Mir's going to get 2nd position in this race.
Let's take a look at the final Motogp race results.
But if you look at the results here, it's Vinales 2nd by 8.3 seconds, Rossi then 9.5 seconds, and Miller 4th, 10 seconds behind. Danilo Petrucci 10 seconds behind as well. Marquez 11. Dovizioso also 11, so in 6th and 7th positions. But Mir is down at 8th, even though we saw him finish 2nd place. Lorenzo 9th, Rins 10th. Zarco 11th, Iannone 12th, Paulus Bagro 13th, Bagnaia 14th, Rabat 15th, Quartararo 16th, and Oliveira 17th. 20 seconds off the pace. You look at his fastest lap is almost 5 seconds slower than mine. Which I suppose, yeah, it is a long track, so the gaps are sort of the bigger in terms of the lap times. Okay, so Siren came 18th, Morbidelli 19th, Espargaro 20th, 21st for Nakagami, and 22nd for Abraham, and finished 21 seconds off the back of us in a 4-lap race. Updated championship standings, and Andrea Dovizioso stays second, 26 points behind to our, yeah, he's 26 behind our 75. And Vinales third, Rossi fourth, Marquez drops down 2 positions to 5th, Mir stays 6th, Miller up 3 to 7th, Petrucci up 1 to 8th, and Rins down 2 to 9th. So Zarco's also down 2 to 10th, Lorenzo stays put in 11th, Iannone 12th, Espargaro 13th, Bagnaia 14th, Rabat 15th, and Quattro moves up 1 into 16th position. Oliveira down to 17th, so not really sure how that works because they have the same amount of points, but there you go. Morbidelli 18th, Espargaro 19th, 20th to Siren, 21st to Nakagami, and Karel Abraham, likely in the race, he wraps out the bottom of the championship, so maybe I'll have an upturn in form. But onto the constructors, obviously 75 for Honda because I've won all the races, Ducati 22 behind with 53, Yamaha 26 behind with 49, Suzuki 32 points, KTM 22 points, and Aprilia 62 off us with 13 points. And that is it. So we're probably going to move on to the Teams Championship in a second. Obviously some big gaps forming in this Constructors Championship. Suzuki 43 off, I mean, they're very far off. I mean, to be fair, the top 3 are pretty close, only a race went in. But Movistar Yamaha move up 2 positions to take the lead of the championship. Mission winner Ducati moved down 1. And so do we move down to 3rd position, so 81, 76 and 75 respectively. Repsol Honda are 4th with 57, Suzuki are 5th with 51, Alma Power Racing move up 1 to 6th position and displace Red Bull KTM Factory Racing down to 7th. 8th place for Aprilia and 9th for Avintia with 3 points. So at the top of the table it's definitely pretty tight here. 81 points for those 2 rider teams, and 76 as well for Ducati, and only 75 for us, so we're pretty close. But SRT Petronas Racing is 10th, and KTM Tech 3 is 11th, and obviously our team at Nakagami, in his technically his own team in the game, is last position. Not sure why I said Petronas Yamaha so weird, but I hope you enjoyed that race. I definitely did. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.
These guys will definitely be ones to keep an eye on in races to come.